I'm Dylan Genrick, and this is my PowerPoint presentation for Lab 6.1, Security Awareness Training. Why is security important? Security is important because there are people over the internet who will attack unprotected devices. Attackers can inflict a lot of harm to unprotected users, including stealing data, stealing money, making devices inoperable, making devices help attackers commit other crimes without user knowledge. Web browser security. Web browser attacks can range from malware infections to annoying ads. One good way to combat ads online is to use a pop-up blocker or ad blocker to reduce the number of ads seen. These can reduce the number of annoying ads and potentially harmful pop-ups that a user sees while browsing. Another way to reduce the likelihood of an attack is by disabling Adobe Flash in your web browser. Many attackers use Flash to carry out their attacks, and disabling it can save you from these attacks. Another way to improve your browser security is to change the web browser you use altogether. Tor is a good, secure web browser to use for several reasons. Tor keeps users' browsing and identities anonymous by encrypting network traffic. This makes it extremely hard to track users and their browsing from potential attackers. Choosing a good password. Choosing a good password for all accounts on all devices is paramount to good internet security. The reason for this is because many attackers use password cracking software to quickly and accurately decipher passwords that are too short or can be guessed too easily. What follows are some basic guidelines for creating good passwords on your devices. Have a long password. Passwords should be between 15 and 30 characters in length. Any shorter makes them too easily solvable by attackers. Add capital letters, numbers, and special characters such as the $, $, or %, randomly around your passwords to make them more complex. Using these kinds of characters increases the amount of character types that cracking software must attempt before solving your password. Do not add real words or personal identifiers in your passwords. Some attackers use attacks called dictionary attacks when attempting to crack passwords. These attacks try real words from the dictionary when attempting to crack your password. By not having real words, this means that dictionary attacks have no chance of succeeding. Never write down your password. By never writing your password, you ensure that no physical record of it exists that an attacker might find later. Make your password something impossible to remember. Your password should be a truly random jumble of letters, numbers, and symbols that nobody can remember. You may be asking, then how do I log into my accounts? The answer is password storing sites. There are many websites that securely store your passwords for you online and automatically enter them for you when you attempt to log into an account. Sites like LastPass and Dashlane have great security and will store your passwords for you. Patch management and Windows updates. Cybersecurity is an ever-changing world. As more exploits are fixed every day, even more exploits are found by attackers. Therefore, it is important to make sure that all applications have the most up-to-date patches and your operating system is updated. Keeping updated on your patches means you won't be attacked using an exploit that has already been fixed by the manufacturer. Antivirus. What happens when your computer is infected with a virus? If your computer isn't already protected by antivirus software, it may mean losing functionality of your entire device, resulting in hundreds or even thousands of dollars in losses. Antivirus software scans files on your computer and alerts you when it finds files infected with malware. The antivirus software then removes the infected files, saving you and your data from harm. Social media. Social media is a great tool that helps the entire world stay connected and up to date with the latest news, trends, and events. However, social media is also an invaluable tool for online attackers attempting to steal your data or your identity. The information we post to social media lets our friends and loved ones stay updated in our lives in real time, but it also gives attackers data that can be used to impersonate us. For example, Most banks or online accounts use security questions as a means of authenticating who we are if we forget our password. But if we post our entire lives online, these answers may be more public than we think. If the questions we have set to our accounts are easily verifiable by our social media accounts, attackers can simply take the data we share freely online and use it to take control of our accounts. They can pretend to be us, change our passwords, and have unlimited access to data or even money. Be careful about what you post to the internet and make sure it isn't data that can be used to answer security questions on your accounts. Password-protected screensavers. Antivirus and protected browsers are good for security, but what happens if you get up and leave your computer for a minute and somebody else logs in as you when you are gone? If somebody has direct access to your computer, all that security is for nothing. You should always password protect your screensaver so that somebody can't simply log in as you if you keep your computer running and step away. This prevents a malicious person from logging in as you and changing settings, stealing information, or simply locking you out of your own computer. Backups. Computers are made using hardware and software, and these things can fail or become infected to the point of being unusable. If that happens, you need to have a safe state that you can reset your computer to so that you don't lose absolutely everything. This is called a backup. Backups are copies of your operating system and essential files that you download to physical media or upload to a protected file over the internet. Backups can be saved to many various types of media, including hard drives, external hard drives, and disks, and can also be uploaded to cloud storage. It is recommended that you have multiple copies of your backups, one copy at home, and one off-site in another location, such as at a friend's house or in the cloud. You want an off-site backup copy of your data so that your data isn't lost in the event of a break-in or natural disaster that may affect your home. Having an off-site backup means you still have a copy of your data in a safe location in case that happens. Encrypting your files. Another way to keep your personal information safe from attackers is to encrypt your files. When you encrypt your files, you are taking the data in the file and translating it into jumbled data that cannot be read simply by looking at it. Encrypted files require a passkey to decipher into the actual information. This means that even if a malicious attacker gets hold of an encrypted file, they do not have access to the information in the file unless they also have the passkey for it. You can easily encrypt a file by right-clicking it and going into the advanced security properties of a file and clicking Encrypt. Another more secure way to encrypt a file is by downloading file encryption software such as Veracrypt. Mobile device security. Nowadays, just about everybody has a mobile device with internet connectivity capabilities. This is why it's more important than ever to make sure that your mobile device is secure. Mobile devices offer many ways to add security. The first way to add security is with a 4-digit PIN number. This is insecure because there are a finite number of passwords possible with the PIN number, and they can all be guessed eventually. Another way to add security is with a pattern, usually a symbol that the user enters by swiping dots on the screen in a certain way. This method is not as secure as a PIN and is not recommended. The most secure way to generate a password for your device is by creating an alphanumeric password for your phone that only you know. Another way to add security to your device is by using fingerprint identification. This should only be used as part of two-factor authentication and should not be the only way you secure your device. Finally, another thing you may want to consider is enabling remote wiping on your device. This means that if your device is ever lost or stolen, you can access the internet from another device and wipe the data on your lost device so that an attacker cannot gain access to your important data. These have been 10 ways that you can and should secure your devices. Device security is a growing concern in today's world that is growing more and more interconnected day by day. These are just a few of the many ways that you can add security to your devices and your data, though there are many more. Hopefully, these tips can keep you safe in the future.